Stafford Rangers Lionesses are proudly sponsored by CGI, insights you can act on, want to achieve, striving for greater than the expected, and Stafford Carpets and Flooring, quality floor covering for every situation.
This broadcast is brought to you by RizzBizz Media Productions in partnership with RizzBizz ExpliziTeez.etsy.com. Uncensored street style.
Good evening and welcome back to Rangers Sports TV. Now, what a show we've got for you today. We'll be looking back at the Lionesses' latest result against unbeaten league champions Cheadle Reds. We'll break down what happened and where today's result leaves them in the table. We've also got our Player of the Match and Player of the Month awards that were announced in a special segment from the Lionesses' manager, Tom Jolly. We've also got the post-match interview with Tom and his thoughts after today's match. So grab your snacks, sit back, get comfy because trust me, there's a lot to get into. So before we get into the result, let's take a look at the league table and what's at stake. As you can see, the Lionesses currently sit in third place on 28 points, with 2 fixtures remaining. And this is where it gets really important. Realistically, they need just one more point from their final 2 games to secure that third-place finish. So they're in a strong position, but it's not done yet. And when you're facing the undefeated league champions, this is about as tough as it gets. Before we move on to the match, we just want to take a moment to acknowledge something far more important than football. Before the match today, both teams came together before kickoff to hold a minute's applause for Brodan Dubickas, a young lad, just 15 years old, who tragically lost his life recently. An avid football fan and part of the Stafford footballing family, who played for Stafford Falcons Football Club. Brodan was also a proud member of the Staffordshire FA referee community. He was described as a polite, kind, and caring young man with a bright future ahead of him, and someone who left a lasting impact on those who knew him. We appreciate this is a really difficult moment for everyone involved, and our thoughts are with his family, his friends, and everyone who knew him at this very difficult time. Now then, let's turn our attention to the match. Before we get into the action, let's take a look at how the Lionesses lined up. Starting in goal, Daisy. Across the back line, Nellie, Kiera, and Amelie. In midfield, Lydia, Scarlett, Violet, and Pepper. Leading the line today, Mackenzie. On the bench and ready to make an impact when called upon was Hattie, Georgia, Emmy, and Poppy. Let's see how this one unfolded. The game started at a high tempo, with both sides showing intent early on. In the 25th minute, Cheadle broke the deadlock with a long-range strike. And just 3 minutes later, they doubled their lead. A tough spell for the Lionesses, going into halftime 2-0 down. Early in the second half, Cheadle extended their lead, and shortly after, a fourth goal made it a mountain to climb. But credit to the Lionesses, they didn't give up. Mackenzie pulled one back, and from there, the team pushed forward, created chances, and showed real determination. But unfortunately, they couldn't find another breakthrough. Yeah, a tough result on paper for the girls, but in reality, a very positive performance.
A difficult result on paper, but there's more to it than just the scoreline. Look, this was always going to be one of the toughest tests of the season. And the moment in the first half, conceding twice in quick succession, that's where the game really changed.
Yeah, momentum completely shifted there. You could see it, the girls' confidence dropped slightly. But the response in the second half was strong. They didn't fold. That's the big positive, the resilience. And when Mackenzie got her goal, you could feel belief coming back. It's just a shame the girls couldn't keep that momentum going and capitalise.
So, now it's time for this week's Player of the Match. And we have some very special footage we rarely, if ever, get to see here on Rangers Sports TV. The Lionesses manager Tom Jolly had a very special message for a certain Lioness. Let's now take a look to see who Tom chose for today's Player of the Match.
One player stood out for me from the get-go today. Her work rate was absolutely exceptional. Her speed when she was attacking, and a never say die attitude I absolutely loved. That was Lydia. Well done, mate. Superb, yeah? Well done.
Congratulations to Lydia. She really was outstanding today. Now, before we move on to this month's Player of the Month award, let's head over to our match reporter, Sophie Bennett, who caught up with the Lionesses manager Tom Jolly shortly after the match. I'm here with Stafford Rangers Lionesses manager Tom Jolly after today's 4-1 defeat to Cheadle SMU Reds. Tom, it was a really competitive start. How did you see the game overall?
Yeah, I thought the first 15-20 minutes were exactly what we expected. High intensity, both teams pressing, both trying to test each other. We matched them early on, which was really pleasing. But at this level, small lapses get punished, and unfortunately that's what happened. We lost concentration for a moment and they capitalised. And then a few minutes later we found ourselves 2 down.
That first goal in the 25th minute seemed to shift things. How important was that moment?
Massive. Up until then, it was really even. The goal came from distance, and it's one of those where you think maybe we could have done better closing it down. Then straight after that, we didn't recover quickly enough mentally, and at 2-0, it becomes a very different game.
What was the message at halftime when you were 2-0 down?
It was about composure, really. We spoke about staying disciplined, controlling emotions, and just getting back to doing the basics properly. We knew if we could get the next goal, we'd give ourselves a chance, but we had to stay organised.
Cheadle scored again early in the second half, but the girls responded well. What did you make of that reaction?
That was probably the most pleasing part for me. At 3-0 and then 4-0 shortly after, it could have been easy for heads to completely drop. But they didn't. The girls kept working, kept pushing, and Mackenzie's goal was fully deserved. That showed real character.
What do you think ultimately made the difference today?
The goals. Nah, if I'm honest, finishing. We actually matched them in a lot of areas, work rate, effort, pressing, but they were clinical when it mattered. That's why they're unbeaten. They take their chances, and today we didn't take ours.
What do the girls take from this going into the final game of the season?
A lot, to be fair. It's a tough one to take, but it's a big learning experience. We've seen the level required, and now it's about improving in those key moments. The effort and commitment were there, now we just need to sharpen up.
And finally, Tom, player of the match today, Lydia Chadwick.
Yeah, Lydia, I thought she was outstanding. Her work rate was brilliant. She covered the pitch really well, and she did exactly what we asked of her. Really proud of her performance today.
Thanks, Tom, and good luck in the final game next week.
Thank you. Cheers.
That was our reporter, Sophie Bennett, with Lionesses manager Tom Jolly after the game. So guys, not the result we were all hoping for, but if we were to be honest, probably a result we were expecting. But the performance was still a positive one, and that result really sets us up for a dramatic final game of the season, doesn't it?
Oh, most definitely. I think it was pretty obvious this fixture was going to be a tough one, and I think coming away with a point was pretty hopeful. Obviously, no disrespect to anyone. I think Cheetah were always going to be favourites, and now it's, like you said, Emily, all down to the last game. 1 point needed to clench that third spot. It's going to be an exciting game.
Oh, for sure. Look, whatever happens next week, I think the Lionesses should be so very proud of themselves. If we look back at the season, the results, the goals, the football in general has been amazing. I think regardless of where the girls finish in the league this season, they can proudly stride into next season and really challenge. The work the coaches have done this season has been phenomenal, and I think the girls' league position shows that.
Yes, it has been an amazing season, hasn't it? It's almost sad it's coming to an end. But we do still have that next game. At home to Cottage Farm Rangers United. With just a point needed, guys. Can we expect a dominating performance from the Lionesses?
Expect? I wouldn't say expect, Football can be a very unpredictable game, but I would certainly consider the Lionesses strong favourites to walk away with the 3 points and clinch that third spot.
Yeah, football isn't always as straightforward as you think, But for me, there's no doubt the Lionesses can bring home the 3 points next week and take that third spot. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 6, 7, 8 goals. We'll just have to wait and see, but it is a very exciting fixture for sure, and I can't wait.
A very exciting fixture indeed. Now, let's take a look at our player of the month for April, as we head back over to manager Tom Jolly for the announcement.
Firstly, guys, I've got you all. I think we should all be so proud of the girls that second half there. We went through an absolute roller coaster of emotions on that football pitch today. But at half time, I made it abundantly clear I don't want to see it anymore. They've got to stop putting their heads down when they do something wrong. In life, in football, whatever we do, they'll make mistakes. As long as they give them the best, that's all we ask. So, exactly. Massive round of applause to every single one of them for that second half performance. Probably the proudest I've been, actually, as a dad, as a coach, whatever. Really impressed with that. Player of the month, again, we've had to do it off training, attitude, stuff like that. We do like to mix this up a bit of reward effort with this trophy. And your effort since you joined the club has been absolutely exceptional. She's smiling all the time. She listens to all the advice we give her. She says thank you after every single training session, which I think is absolutely awesome. And your effort's absolutely superb. So, Emmy, well done. Well done.
Congratulations to Emmy, our player of the month for April. Some lovely words from manager Tom Jolly there, and a well-deserved winner. Well guys, that's that. We're at the end of today's show. We'll be back next week for the final time this season, and it's all set to be a very exciting match indeed. So until then, Jake and Ryan, thanks as always for joining me. And a special thank you to you guys, our viewers. We shall see you all next time. Until then, stay safe and have a fantastic week. Good night.
Hey everyone, Steve Mitchell here, Media Content Coordinator for Rangers Sports TV. We really hope you're enjoying the content we're bringing you. As you can imagine, a lot of time, effort, and hard work goes on behind the scenes to create these videos and bring you coverage of the Lionesses. So let me quickly share a really simple way you can support Rangers Sports TV and the girls, completely free. All you need to do is hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and drop us a comment to let us know what you think of the videos. You can also share the videos with your friends and family to help more people discover the Lionesses and everything happening here at Rangers Sports TV. And don't forget to click that little bell icon so you can stay up to date and be notified every time brand new content is released. Remember, subscribing is completely free and it really helps the algorithm push our content out to more football fans just like you. So on behalf of everyone here at Rangers Sports TV and the Lionesses team, thank you so much for your support. Until next time, take care, enjoy the football, and I'll see you again right here on Rangers Sports TV.
Yeah, yo, I've been away for a year, have sway for a year. Here's a few new stars, I've got 2 new cars, I'm with. I've been from dough to broke, how would I survive? Because I think like, come with me to HMP and I'll show you. Alright God, I see you've put me with the. I know your crew stats, blood, you and your boys could never be.